I didn't really understand I was a housing activist. I was just trying to get housing for me and people in my community. So the time that I spent unhoused and on the streets, it definitely has an impact on you. It's had a lot of impact on shaping how I look at public policy, but also how I look at my relationship to my community. With stability came a little bit more opportunity to put time into more volunteer work in the community and working to help other people get the same level of stability. And eventually that road led to Vancouver City Council. It really made me understand it was sort of that I needed to use my voice more. And so I used it in two ways. One was to try and provide some benefit of the experiences I had to those decisions. And then the other way I tried to use my voice was to really make room to get other people in the room. I think if I had to point to legacy, the Vancouver Affordable Housing Endowment Fund, the idea that the city now has a pool of assets of affordable housing that will be managed for the purposes of providing affordable housing. It feels like such a tiny thing, but I think in terms of the legacy it's going to leave, I think it's a big one. So one of the projects I'm proud of is Vienna House. Vienna House is a collaboration between the City of Vancouver and the City of Vienna in Austria. Through the collaboration, we've been able to understand their approach to social housing and creating housing that supports community. This is the future of housing. It's about how big our imaginations can go rather than being constrained by what we don't have. My work that I do as an educator is really focused on something called power literacy. So really trying to give people the tools that they need to be effective in any environment that has a power structure, which is every environment. So one of the projects I work on is hosting the She, They, Us podcast. Theory of change behind She, They, Us is through telling stories that alongside the data and the stats, we need to really make this come alive for people and how we're going to support rebuilding communities.
Andrea is the most relentless coworker I've ever worked with. And that partnership that we had working together with our council in Vancouver is really what mobilized me and made it possible for me to continue my career. It's really important that we celebrate leaders like Andrea who go so far beyond what is expected or what we would see from most of us. Congrats, Andrea. I hope this inspires you to take your work to the next level and make great changes in the world, and especially deliver affordable housing to those who need it the most.
Receiving this award, it's a huge honor and an incredible surprise. It's very touching to have your work be seen by people that you respect as much as I respect the folks that grant this award. I mean, when I think about the future, it's hard not to sort of feel the real pressure of the present. Like, imagine being a tree without roots. Imagine your life without somewhere every single night that you felt safe in, that you felt 100% able to be vulnerable with yourself. Think about what wouldn't be happening in your life right now if that didn't exist. And that's why we need to not just build housing for people, but think about it as their homes.